Tuesday. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Brock Purdy and the New York Giants.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 14 carries, 65 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. You talk about this Giant defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Cowboys at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Devontae Wyatt there for the stop. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
High throw, but he makes the catch. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll go for a gain of 7. And 3rd and 1 now. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down. And this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Prescott from the gun. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You look at this Cowboy defense. And they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd down, here's Tracy. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. That one goes for 8 yards.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
There he goes left side. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Devin Duvernay. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Again, it's Edwards. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 20-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards. So make it 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Purdy now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Here's Corliss Waitman now. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This is 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now a handoff, Edwards. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Edwards is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And possession switching back to the New York Giants. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. 2nd down. Here's Purdy to throw. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Purdy. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. Open man is Duvernay. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin out in Houston, and it's the Texans who are out in front. It's C.J. Stroud with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they lead the visiting Chicago Bears at the half. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Nick Chubb has a touchdown run.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Tracy going to get it on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Prescott to throw it. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, fair to say they've got something here, this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time of the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Purdy off the play fake. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
There's a short one caught by Johnson, and he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On third down, it's Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff for Warren. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down, here's Tracy. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. Down at the 25. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. Warren will take it in for the Giants touchdown. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Now on first down, it's Purdy. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Giants on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They go play action here. Purdy. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Throwing here, Purdy. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
Here comes second down at 5. Now Purdy. He finds his man Johnson. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Purdy looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. So Dak and the Cowboys down 24-20. A minute 17 remains. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
An excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Giants, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Big D.